Racing started in 1936. The Sao Paulo circuit is Brazil's oldest permanent autodrome. The track designers took inspiration from three main circuits: Brooklyn in the UK, Roosevelt Raceway in the USA, and Montoya in France. The current venue is now officially known as the Autodrome Jose Carlos Pace, after the famous Brazilian driver of the 1970s who had his first and only win in Sao Paulo. The Brazilian Grand Prix of 1994 was the last time any World Championship F1 race was won by over a lap. The circuit underwent renovations during the late 60s with the hope that modern facilities would entice the FIA to host a Formula 1 GP. After hosting a non-championship GP in 72, the attendance of over 100,000 people, the FIA agreed to host the championship GP the following year. The 1973 Brazilian GP was won by a circuit. In 2019, Max Verstappen's Red Bull became the first single-powered car in Imola to air. On the final lap of the race, when Max Verstappen set the fastest lap in the 2015 Brazilian GP, he became the youngest driver. Has made the podium on 8 occasions, more than any other. Three winners. Brazil has produced the circuit underwent renovations during the late 60s with the hope the Formula 1 GP. After hosting a non-championship GP in 2000, agreed to host the championship GP the following year. The 1970 Brazilian GP was won by none other than Emerson circuit. In 2009, 1989, the circuit was reconstructed and made facility shorter. The circuit was long to 2.6, making it one of the shortest circuits raced in recent years. The current venue is now officially known as the Autodrome Jose Carlos Hayes, after the famous Brazilian driver of the first and only win in Sao Paulo. It's something that was broken in the 1940s. It's been updated just when winning his third World Championship in 1991 became both Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz recorded the first ever F1 finishes at the 2009 Arizona Grand Prix. The last time two drivers took the third podium finish in the same race was back in 1994. Of a current driver, only twice less than Michael. Stood on the podium 10 times, 4 times the Grand Prix winner. The current circuit here is something of a throwback circuit. Built in the 1940s, it's been updated just enough over the years to meet the requirements of the FIA without destroying its character. Max Verstappen's Red Bull became the first underpowered car. Ayrton Senna's McLaren. the 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix. The last time two drivers took the first podium finish in the race was back in 1994 at the German Grand Prix. As the Sao Paulo circuit sits 800 meters above sea level, the race mechanics have taken altitude into consideration. The cars here require more downforce than they do at sea level, and
Right, what about now? So, in fact, hold on a second. Right. Is everything okay now, El Stefano? So, yay, finally. Right. I can't, there we go. So, now that we're back up and running again, I will now go through the grid order after having a dilemma through qualifying. So, Darrig's in P1, Lattice in P2, Aran in P3, Andrew in P3, sorry, Snaps P4, Stewie P5, Scotty P6, Ben in P7, Jaron P8, Leicester P9, Almaty Evan manages to get a lap in, pops himself into P10, El Stefano P11, Arez in P12, and Kyle P13. So, after having such a terrible comms for qualifying, which is my apologies, didn't obviously unmute my mic for some reason, according to the stream. But let us see what the sprint race will bring in for us. And we'll see if we can have a fantastic race, as we always do on a Sunday. So, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out, and we are underway for round 3 in RPR at Brazil. First sprint race. Lattice looks to have got the better start on Derek going into the centre S's, but Derek gets moved past back Lattice Lattice and Derek that at the moment are fighting it out for P1 at the start of this race. Both drivers slightly coming together. This will allow Andrew in as well, Lattice as well. This allows Stewie up as well. So Stewie, oh, a little bit of contact there between Stewie and Andrew. Oh dear, let's hope Stewie can try and get off that curb. He's sort of curbed himself with coming in contact with Andrew. Andrew up to P2 then, Lattice down one place in P3. Stewie will be annoyed with that, gets disqualified for parked in a dangerous location. That really shouldn't. I don't know how this works, but I don't think that should have been right. But we'll continue on anyway. Derek obviously leading the race in front of Andrew. Lattice in third. Let's move down a little bit then to see what else we have. Everybody is still quite close to each other. So we could have potentially a fantastic race going forward at the moment as we're going towards the end of lap 2. Everybody's still tightly packed from each other. Top 7, I believe, only separated by a few tenths of each other. Because Scotty then try and get a run on J-Rom. Going into the centre S's, is there anybody closer? Derek 19.9. Andrew sets the fastest lap there with a 199. So it doesn't seem to be that close with the fastest laps, which it isn't, so not a lot of changes there within the lap time. So Lattice, Andrew and Derek are closest. So with Ben, Snipes, Sharon and Scotty also still within the mix, so the top 7 are still pretty close with a 1.6 gap behind, with Almighty, Leicester as well. Kyle, 5-second time penalty for Kyle. I'm sure Kyle will get that 5-second penalty removed. Oh, tyres are a little bit too hot there for Kyle. Trying to get the car turned round. So again, top 3 are pretty close with each other as well. So like I say, still the top 7 are there. Oh, it's Almighty just crashes out coming through the centre resters. Probably a little bit of oversteer or something there for Almighty. So this will bring everybody back again to this will tighten everybody back up again for the restart. Hopefully safety car won't be out too long, but the safety car will pick everybody up and we will go into another race. So obviously drivers will be set to a fairly amount of delta to stick by. And we will go through go for a lap or two with the safety car. El Stefano's in the pits. To change his tyres. So comes out on a fresh set of soft tyres. So El Stefano is going to probably want to get through the pack as quick as possible. El Stefano and Kyle will catch up. With the pack, I reckon we'll go probably one more lap with the safety car. We'll see what the safety car does this time round. But I'll say we'll go for another lap. So another lap with the safety car then, just to give El Stefano that little bit more time to catch up. So with 6 laps to go of this sprint race, it's going to be a full 6 lap sprint for everybody to get to the finish line. We'll also see if there will be any overtakes going or happening, and we'll see how tightly packed everybody can be or will be as we start again. So once the safety car turns its lights off and will go in, Darragh will be the lead safety car for the restart of the race. Just safety car in this lap then. When will Darragh be opting to make the move? Safety car's peeled into the pits then. Darragh's waiting. Brings everybody up. Darragh now decides to go. So we are off again for the remainder of these 6 laps underway. I think Ben was trying to look for a move there on Darragh and Kyle. I think Kyle and El Stefano maybe had a problem there, didn't really catch that. Andrew got latches on the rear of him, but Andrew's also trying to catch up with Darragh as well. We've also got Snipes and Ben also battling it out as well currently at the moment. Snipes looks to go for a move, but Ben shuts the door on Snipes. Latches on the rear of Andrew as well. Kyle. Hot tyres again for Kyle. A little bit of a spin. So let's have a look then as we go on to lap number 8. Still got 2 laps to go for DRS, so drivers are going to have to wait for their DRS. Snipes goes to make the move on Ben. Does he get the move done? Does get the move done on Ben. Nicely overtake there from Snipes and on bench, so Snipes up to P4. Lai is still trying to look for that move there on Anru. So, still time to go. Kyle retires in the pits then. So that brings us down to 10 drivers. Bearing in mind, guys, we still have the next race, a full 50% race. So anything could happen in the next race. So we'll see what happens. Ben and Jaron getting mixed up as well, but Ben comes back with on Jaron, gets the move back on Jaron. So this now brings Scotty into play as well. So Scotty is also in the mix there. Ben also still under attack from Jaron. Jaron gets to the outside. Scotty follows as well. So Scotty up to P6, going into the centre rest as Ben is still there. Oh! Was that a little mistake from Scotty? Or was there a slight little bit of contact there between Scotty? Wouldn't say there was, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's quickly go back up then. Snipes now is within the top 4. Ben's left the session. Don't know if Ben realises if he's watching that there is another race to come after this sprint race. So Snipes then has caught up with the top 3. Let's just go back. Oh, we've got overtakes happening all over the place again now. El Stefano makes a move on Ben. So El Stefano up to P6. Scotty also makes a move on Ben as well. Ares makes a move on Ben as well. But Ben comes back. Gets the move done on Ares. Ares is also being overtaken by Leicester, but Leicester runs wide. Picks himself up a 3-second time penalty there, Leicester does, for running wide, going over the line. Ben and Ares again, battling it out again. Ben is... Wait a minute. Why did it just say Ben's left? Did Ben get kicked from the session? I think Ben has lost connection to the session. Oh, and Leicester spins the rears there. So I think we might have to try and, after this, we might have to try and get Ben back in. Ben's back, so hopefully Ben can get back into his car. Derek and, Andrew and Lattice are battling it out. Scotty makes a move on El Stefano going through the centre rest. There's a little bit of contact there, but nothing major has happened for the both drivers. So Scotty picks up the advantage there of El Stefano. El Stefano looking to go make a move. No, Leicester retires in the pits. So El Stefano and Scotty battling out. We will keep an eye on that battle for the time being. Let's go back up to the top 3. Snipes is still there closely, but Aaron, Anru and Lattice are close together. Lattice is also still within that DRS of Darrig as well. So this is the final lap then of the sprint race. Can Lattice try and get a move done on the final lap of this sprint race? Pulling in Darren closer and closer. What a great camera view we've got. So now this is going to be the fight to watch. El Stefano and Scotty are still battling it out as well. Let's quickly jump down to that. El Stefano is looking to go around the outside of Scotty. Runs a little bit wide there, El Stefano, but gets back on the track. Back in with Scotty. Let's go back up to the top two then. Can Lattice try and get potentially a move done on Darragh going up two? He does as well. Well, has Darragh just let Lattice through so Darragh can get the DRS? Another tactic from Darragh. Darragh gets the DRS, they're getting closer and closer. Who's going to get to the line first? Wow! What an exceptional finish that was. I think Lattice just gets it. And not by much. Wow. Lattice gets it. Darragh finishes P2 in the sprint. El Stefano picks up Codemasters, EA and Codemasters driver of the day. But wow, what a finish to the sprint race then. So Lattice gets the sprint race win, not by much, like 800ths of a second. Darragh in second, Andrew in third, Snipes in fourth, J-Ran in fifth, Scotty sixth, El Stefano seventh, Ares eighth, Ben ninth, Leicester 10th, but didn't finish. Kyle didn't finish, so he's 11th, Almighty 12th, and Stewie 13th. So, can the main event of this race then pick up after what we've seen for the next race, for this race? Not sure if there is going to be a new lobby set up. So, are we going to have a new reset lobby? We'll have to see how things go at the moment. See what happens. So, we are going to go underway again. We don't need telemetry on or anything like that. So, let's see what gets brought up again this time then. So this time 36 laps of the race. Let's have a quick look at tyre strategy then. So Hodge for the top three, hard tyres for J-Ron, hard tyres for Ben, and then everybody else on the medium tyres. Now the weather doesn't look too bad. It's a bit overcast, but are we going to see any rain at all? So there is your predicted tyre strategies. Hard one stop and two stop if you want to do a medium soft. we'll have to see what the drivers decide to do. But we'll have to see. Leicester and Ben won't have cold tyres too much. So let's go for it then. Let's see what the main race will bring. Will Derek decide to try and do another strategy again? We'll see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway for race 2. Leicester gets a brilliant start off the line there into the centre resters. Derek also with Andrew there as well. Snipes is also there as well. So already we've got drivers fighting already. Ares got into a little bit of an incident in turn 1, I think, but not too much. Snipes gets Andrew. Andrew will move down into P4. Does have Giron behind him as well on the harder compound of tyres. Scotty on the rear as well of Giron. We've got both the Aston Martin drivers and the Ferrari of Stewie also there as well and battling. But we've got Snipes still looking to hunt down Darragh as we come through then to start off lap 2. Can Snipes get a move done, gets that a little bit closer to Darragh. Last fastest lap of the race with a 1:15.4. Snipes then into P2, going through there. Darragh and Leicester and El Stefano and Almighty and Stewie also battling it out as well. Almighty looking to make a move on El Stefano. Gets the move done then, so Almighty up to P7 on the rear of his teammate as well. So both Aston Martin drivers are going. Almighty looking to go around the outside of Leicester, gets the move done there on Leicester. Times are a little bit funny here, according to this. Giron and Derek are down or up on their time, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Derek is getting that pace up again. Could Derek then try and get a move done on, or get a move put into the centre resters? Snipes getting that little bit closer to Lattice then. Fastest lap for Lattice, for Snipes. Bearing in mind drivers are on different strategies. DRS has now enabled El Stefano and Leicester going at it, going through the centre resters. So what a move there, what a great move there by El Stefano. Scotty's made a move on Giron, so Scotty up another place. Snipes gets the move done on Lattice, but can Lattice try and make a move back and come back on Snipes? El Stefano and Leicester again battling out. Stewie's also up there as well. So Stewie's trying to get a move done on Leicester, but we'll keep an eye on that. Little bit of snapping of the tail there for Stewie, but hopefully the setup's all fine for him. Back to the top 3. Darragh's a little bit closer now to Lattice. DRS open. Oh, Lattice and Darragh getting into the mix here. Lattice goes for a move on Snipes. Does Lattice get it or does Snipes keep it? Wow, this is amazing driving. And we're going to have 3 wide. Are we going to have 3 wide going to the next corner? We do. But it looks like Lattice is going to be the one to get it. So Lattice and Darragh back up to where they started in the first place. Snipes also back there as well. We've got El Stefano and Leicester still battling it out as well. So battles everywhere, and I'm missing overtakes as we usually do. Scotty, Andrew up with the top 4 now. Scotty's also closing in as well. So just like the sprint race, it's all happening again. Everybody is closer together. We are going to see potentially a lot of overtakes tonight. We'll have to see what happens, see how things work out for majority of the drivers. But what a start to the race, 4 laps in. Looks like Andrew's got a run on Snipes. Darryl's got a run on Laius as well. Who's going to make the move? Is Laius going to be the one to do it? Laius and Darryl fighting for position. Nothing happening there. We are now back to 4 drivers. Going into turn 3. Darryl gets the move done. Andrew looking for a move on Lattice. Going into turn 3. Both drivers. Wow. Absolutely exceptional driving by all these drivers. Absolutely amazing for these top 4 drivers. Top 5 drivers now. Snipes still sticking to the inside outside of Lattice, but Lattice closes the door on Snipes there. What a battle we've got here from the top 5 at the moment. Top 6 will be as well, because Giron is also trying to get into the mix of this with all these drivers battling. So there's a 4.8, 4.7 gap now from the top 6 down to Almighty. But what a start we've had already. Lap 6, everybody's sort of bundled up together. Is there going to be another overtake from any of these top 6 drivers? All within DRS of each other. Scotty's got that little bit closer to Snipes. So let's see if Scotty can make it. Well, Scott or get a move sort of figured out. Patience is always a virtue. You always can catch your opponent out as well. But let's see what these top 6 can do then at the moment. Derek isn't pulling away that much. Andrew then is a little bit closer to Derek. Gets the DRS wide open. Andrew up to P1. Gets the move done going into the center S's. So Derek now goes down to P2. Does bring everybody back up closer together. Did have a little yellow flag there, but not much. Doesn't hamper from anybody. But what a great start we've got already, and it's only lap 7. So what a competitive race we've got going off at the moment between these top 6 drivers. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's quickly have a look down. Kyle is close to Almighty, so we'll see if Kyle and Almighty can get a battle going off. Back up to the top 6 we go. Was that a little bit of oversteer for Scotty? As I was getting up there and having a look, Darrig, that little bit closer with DRS, but not opting to make a move yet. But Snipes still on the rear of Lattice. Lattice is on the rear of Darrig. Scotty's also there as well. Giron closely there within that DRS range as well. Kyle into the wall of the first center S's, but doesn't need to stop or bring a safety car out for the moment. but Leicester has a 7.8 second gap to these top 6. So we'll see if Leicester can do that. Ares picks himself a 3 second time penalty for first penalty for Ares then. But are we going to see any more are we going to see any more moves happening? Ares overtakes Kyle, Darragh, Lattice, Snipes, Anru, Scotty and Jaron are pretty much still close together. Let's see if there's going to be any change. Lattice on the rear of Darren. Snipes there, runs a little bit wide, snap of understeer or oversteer there for Snipes. So let's run down through the order quickly then. Amru P1, Darragh P2, Lattice P3, Snipes P4, Scotty P5 on the rear of Snipes as well. Jaron's caught up, so Jaron P6, Lattice P7, teammate Almighty in P8, Stewie P9, El Stefano P10, Ares P11, Ben's AI car, Ben struggling to get in 12th, and Kyle in 13th. So again, no overtaking happening at the moment, but Lattice is again close to Darragh. Everybody's still within DRS range of each other, but still no movement yet from any of the top 6 at the moment. Let's just jump on board with Darragh. Yellow flag in sector 1. That's the Senaresa's Almighty. Has he gone into the wall? I think he's gone into the wall a little bit of damage there for Almighty, but Darragh is getting that little bit closer to Anru. Lattice also closer as well. So again, the top 6 still within DRS range. There is drivers with a different tyre strategy than other drivers, but we'll see who's going to be the one to get the move done. Scotty makes a move on. Oh no, so Snipes is in the pits then. Kyle was retired from the race. So we are back then to the top 3. Lattice looking to go around the outside, gets a move. Oh, what an exceptional move there from Lattice. Darragh also follows through as well. Anru loses 2 places then to Lattice and Darragh. But 5 second penalty for Almighty in the pit lane. Almighty retires from the race. Ares then does move up, so does El Stefano. But we are having an exceptional battle here from the top 5 at the moment. So what tyres did... Oh, Snipes has opted for a set of soft tyres. So Snipes is going to be pretty quick, so we'll keep an eye on what Snipes does for the rest of the race, see if he can pick up. And Scotty, even though there's the AI car of Ben, good move there from Scotty, but is there anyone closer? Darragh's looking to make a move on Lattice, but decides not to go for the move. Just keep with this camera view, don't change. This camera view is alright as well, but that camera view was exceptional, what we've just had there. But as we say, top 5 at the moment, still within DRS range of each other. This is some absolute close racing. But we are going to see, is Darren going to opt to try and make a move then on Lattice going into the Sanaresas? Out of the other 4 drivers, no one's opted to go into the pits yet. Out of the rest of the drivers, obviously Darren and Lattice are on the hard tyres. Andrew, Scotty, Jaron, I think, are on the medium tyres. Snipes puts in the fastest lap of the race then, with a 197 on those soft tyres. Andrew's on the hards. Scotty's on the mediums, and then Jaron is on the hards as well. So it's going to figure out who decides who's going to go the longest at the moment. We've still got, like I said, the top 5 are still close together. Snipes then gets the move done on on Leicester. So Snipes now then has a 13-second gap to build up to get back to the top 5, sorry. So Snipes, we'll keep an eye on what Snipes will do, and we'll wait and see who out of top 5 might not pit too early, but like I say, it's the different type strategies that some of the drivers are on. And obviously, as I say, top 5 are still pretty close together. So this is going to be hopefully a race to the finish like we always see. But we'll see what happens. 14 laps in, it's been exceptional with everybody swapping and changing, fighting for positions. So who's going to be the one then to make the move out of the top 5? So they all still carry on. Lap 15, Darragh was looking for a move there, didn't opt to put the move in. Will Darragh now try and put a move in on Leicester going into turn 3? DRS wide open for Darragh. 5-second penalty for Leicester. Leicester retires into the pits. That was unfortunate there for the drivers, but Darragh and Lattice still close. Like I say, top 5 are close. And what's happened here? Darragh gets the move done on Leicester there, but was a little bit ghosted. So I'm not sure what happened there. So we will be effectively down to 10 drivers. Obviously it's not the driver's fault, but let's carry on anyway. So Andrew's in the pits. So Andrew, let's have a look then, as we will go back to the racing at the moment. So Andrew puts on a set of soft tyres, medium tyres, sorry. Snipes obviously on the softs. So we'll see what happens with the top 4. So top 4 only separated by 8 tenths. So still pretty close. Snipes will potentially catch up with this pack, but we'll have to pit again. So Snipes could go maybe another set of soft tyres to the end. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So Scotty's in the pits then. So Scotty's in the pits. This now brings top three together slowly, but Darrig and Lattice are pulling away. Snipes then up to P4 after Scotty pits. Darrig looking to try and still put that pressure on Lattice. Snipes. Andrew comes out in front of Scotty's teammate, so Scotty comes behind Andrew. So let's have a quick look at the tyres that Scotty's on them. So Scotty has opted for the hard tyres then till the end of the race. 3-second time penalty for Andrew. So Darrig then is he gonna look to go into turn one? Zero on pits. Darrig gets the move done there then on Lattice. So can Lattice come back at Darrig then? Going into turn three. Both wheel to wheel, side by side. Lattice gets the move done. So does come back up into P1 then for Lattice. So are we going to see who's going to be the one out of these two drivers to pit first to try and maybe go for the undercut? Still got probably 17 laps left. 18 laps left. But we'll have to see what happens. So Darrig again looking to try and get another move done. Going into turn three. Ups to go for the inside. Gets the move done there then on Lattice. So these two I reckon these two are going to be swapping and changing. ARS picks himself up a 3-second time penalty as well. So are we going to see anything else happen? It looks like Jaron's slowly catching up with Scotty. Andrew's slowly catching up with Snipes. So Lattice is the first one to pit them. Lattice is looking to go for the undercut on Darrig. So this will bring Lattice will come out. Is he going to come out behind his teammate? I think he will. So Lattice will come out behind his teammate. So that does sort of change everything around for the time being. So medium tyres then for Lattice. So let's just jump up to the top. Here's Darrig going to go. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Stefano. What's Darrig going to do? Is Darrig going to pit? Or is he going to continue? Darrig's going to carry on. So We'll see what happens there. Andrew's caught up with Snipes. So this could be a tasty battle going on. Lattice also on the rear of his teammate as well. So this could be another battle that will go on as well. So we'll see what happens there. Henry gets the move done on Snipes then. So Snipes down to P3, Andrew up to P2, Lattice up to P5. Does overtake his teammate. Now has Scotty in front of him as well. So we'll see how this goes off now. Let's just jump up to Darrig. Is Darrig still going to continue on, or will he box now? He's still going. Darrig is still going. Stefano, 3-second time penalty there then for El Stefano. So let's go down then. Lattice. Fastest lap of the race with a 197. Overtakes Scotty just before the Sanderesas. So Lattice now then is on the move. Picking up the pace on those fresh medium tyres. Still got to wait to see if Darrig will pit as well. I think that is the Ferrari of Ben's car. So Jaron, Scotty, Lattice are comfortably close together. So Darrig now pits. Darrig pits. Let's quickly jump up to Darrig then. Medium tyres. Amru up to P1. Lattice P3. So Darrig's going to come out behind Scotty, but Darrig is on a fresh set of intermediate tyres. Oh, what's happened to Scotty? Not sure what happened to Scotty there. But I think Andrew picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Darrig picks himself up a 3-second time penalty as well. Penalties all coming in. So Darrig has pitted, obviously comes behind both the Alfa Romeo drivers. But, oh, we've got a spinner here. Jaron's had a little bit of a spin. Lattice is caught up with Snipes. So Lattice will potentially make a move then going into the Sanderesas. Snipes pits. So is it going to be another set of softs, or will it be a set of mediums for Snipes? We'll see another set of soft tyres, so Snipes has gone for the medium soft. So 4.4 seconds between Andrew and Lattice, and also Darrig as well. Are we going to see anybody else, or are we going to see, the drivers catch each other up? The gap between Lattice and Andrew is coming down pretty quick. So that is going to be something we'll keep an eye on. Darrig will also be getting that little bit quicker as well with the fresh medium tyres. There he has on So we'll see if anything happens as we continue on through the remainder of these laps. Is there anybody that's going to get pretty close? Scotty and Jaron are also close as well. Snipes picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. So penalties are coming in. That gap again, 3.2 between Lattice and Anru. So that gap's coming down pretty quickly. Hopefully the 2 back markers in front won't get in the way. We'll see what happens there. So closer, I think it's going to be pretty close to the end of the race. Lattice 2.7 seconds, Derek 3.4 seconds. So I think it's going to be pretty close between top 3 drivers. But anything is predictable. Anything is predictable. Scotty picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. So, like I said, anything could happen from now until the end of the race. With 10 laps to go. 1.8 seconds. A gap between Lattice and Anru. 2.9 seconds for Derek as well, unless, let's have a look for those intervals. So 4.6 seconds behind for Derek on the leader, but it's 3.3 seconds behind Lattice. So we will see potentially a changeover for the lead. We could still see some close battles as well. But like I said before, anything can happen. As Jaron picks himself up a 3-second time penalty as well. So anything is predictable at the moment. 6 tenths separate. So Anru goes into the pits. So the times and positions will change. So 3.1 seconds between Lattice and Derek. Jaron up to P3 at the moment. Scotty P4. So Anru will drop down to P6 on a set of soft tyres for Anru. So 2.4 seconds then we have between Derek and Lattice. Anru's 7 tenths behind Snipes. I'm sure there's going to be an overtake there at some point between Anru and Snipes, so let's just jump down, have a look if there's going to be a move there. I think there will be. Picks up the DRS off Snipes. Snipes gets the DRS off Scotty. no move yet. Can Andrew try and get a move done now, going into turn 3? Has the slipstream of his teammate. Whoa, a little bit of contact there between the 3 drivers. Scotty goes wide there. So does Andrew. Andrew does get back on the track. We'll see how things are going. Well, a little bit of contact between both the teammates, plus contact between with Snipes as well. So no damage for the Haas drivers at the moment. 1.8 second gap between the top 2, but we'll stick on with this battle going off at the moment between Snipes and Andrew. Andrew goes for a move on the inside, going into turn 1 into the center S's. Gets the move done then, so Andrew up to P4. But his Snipe's going to come back. Looks to go down the inside, then moves to the outside. We're still looking to try and get a move done on Andrew. Let's just look at the top then. So Derek is pulling in Lattice. 1.2 seconds. This is going to be a really close finish. Andrew builds up a gap then to Snipes. So he's out of DRS range on Snipes. Andrew looking a little bit closer again then to Jayron. Does get the DRS, but has a lot of, if Andrew gets past Jayron, there's a 16-second gap to the lead 2. So no movement yet from Andrew on Jayron. So let's quickly look then at the penalties. So we got Darragh on a 3, Jayron on a 3, Andrew on a 4, Snipes on a 3, Scotty on a 3, Erez on a 6, and El Stefano on an 8, and only 3 drivers with no penalties. But obviously Ben couldn't get him because of his Wi-Fi, I think it is, but we should see Ben again. Andrew gets past Jayron for P3. So now Andrew has got a gap to pull with the penalties, with 4 laps to go. We've got 1.3 seconds left. Yeah, 1.2 seconds between Darragh and Lattice. 1.0 now. So this is going to be really, really close. And we'll see if there's going to be another battle coming along between Darragh and Lattice. Snipes is closing in on Jayron. So let's quickly jump down. I think Snipes will just get close enough, maybe coming out of the center S's. Try and get a move done on Jayron. Maybe another lap to go, but we'll keep an eye on that. Well, let's just go back to the top two. So Darrag's now 3 tenths behind Lattice. So are we going to see Lattice and Darragh battle it out all the way to the end? For the remainder of these 3 laps. So 2 laps to go then for these drivers. Are we going to see another tactical move done by Darragh on Lattice like he did in the sprint? Bearing in mind the sprint race from these 2 drivers was pretty close, and it finished pretty close between both of these drivers as well in the sprint race. But what an exceptional drive we've had from everybody, all the way up till roughly lap 17, where everybody was close together. Stewie picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Got a yellow flag in section 3, but that's not going to hamper anybody. So lap 35 and 36, Darragh. Oh, I thought Darragh was looking to go for a move then on Lattice, going into the center S's. So what about now? Is he going to do it now? I don't think he will. I think he'll just stick with him. Else the Lattice, sorry, not Lattice, Snipes and Giron are battling out. It looks like Giron has kept that position from Snipes. Snipes looks like he's got the move done there on Giron, so Snipes up to P4. But let's see then if Lattice and Darragh will I don't think they'll change positions. They might battle, have a little bit of a battle, but anything can happen. Darragh goes for it into turn 1. Both drivers wheel to wheel. Little bit of clanging and banging, but not too much. Exceptional overtake there by Darragh. Nobody got the DRS there. Nobody got the DRS. It looked like nobody got the DRS there then between Darragh and Lattice. So then, final lap of the race. I don't think Lattice really needs to do anything to sort of hamper it, but what a fantastic drive by everybody. Battles up and down, and Stewie obviously over the line. Unserved penalty for Stewie. Fastest lap of the race for Stewie as well. So Darragh did come over the line first, but with the penalty drops down to second. Lattice in third, Andrew in fourth, Snipes in third, Snipes in fourth, Giron fifth. What an exceptional drive by everybody. Stewie gets driver of the day from EA. But what a drive. Battles up and down the race, as we've seen. So then, let's go through the results. And so, Lattice wins the race. Derek drops down to P2 with his 3-second penalty. Aaron in third, Snipes in fourth, Jaron in fifth, Scotty sixth, Stewie seventh, Erez in eighth, El Stefano in ninth. Ben, obviously his AI, finished 10th, and we did lose Leicester, Almighty and Kyle. But what an absolute exceptional race by everybody. Lots of overtaking, lots of different strategies from the drivers. But as of that was one of the best races I've seen in a Sunday. But until next time, from me and RPR, this has been RPR Rapid Picture Racing Sunday night at Brazil. Nearly forgot them. But next week's race, we are at Imola. So join me next week for RPR on Sunday at 8 o'clock round Imola. Until next time, guys, I've been your commentator, Ara Kara. I'll speak to you all soon. Good night.